At a recent concert just outside of Dallas, Texas, MAGA's very own Kid Rock mocked up his Tesla Cybertruck to look like the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard, surprisingly leaving off the Confederate flag that was on the roof of the original car while being driven by Bo Duke himself, MAGA actor John Schneider. While he has always been a darling of the right and a culture vulture, with the rise of Trump and the money that comes along with his fan base, Kid Rock has become one of the main celebrity spokespeople for Trump's agenda.
And by the way, we can do this as well. We don't have a Taylor Swift on our side, but you know who we have? We have Kid Rock, we have Ted Nugent, we have influencers, right? We have all these people, John Voight. We have people that can come out and use their audiences, number one. And I want an army of Scott Presslers at every Kid Rock event and every Ted Nugent event. And I hope, by the way, and I need to talk to those guys about this because I've got this idea that maybe we even ask them, you guys mind doing a little tour later this year? Are you doing anything this fall?
Reported Russian asset Jack Posobiec openly admitted as much while talking directly to the MAGA base, though you can hear the sadness in his voice when he realizes that this is the all-star lineup of celebrities they have to choose from.
Well, you know, I went through this anti-justice system at the hands of Barack Obama. Barack Obama, you punk. You horrible anti-American, communist, Islamic terrorist. Well, that's going to go in the media. That's what he was. He literally reignited racism in America. Thanks a lot, Barack, and your buddy Mike, and your two fake daughters.
That the man that can help this nation, the one man that was ridiculed, destroyed as Jesus, Trump, can come back and save the American dream for all and make America great with the dignity, with the power of who she is. The land of freedom, God's land, God's glory.
Hate speech, thinly veiled white supremacy, Islamophobia, promoting killers, and comparing Trump to Jesus is exactly what the MAGA crowd wants to hear from their champions. Now recall this.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Kid Rock was one of the first on scene to put his bigotry on full display after Bud Light dared to include a trans influencer in an ad campaign in hopes of increasing sales with a different demographic, something they and every other company imaginable has done to some degree. And if you couldn't already tell that this was purely a publicity stunt, capitalizing on the culture war topic of the time.
Celebrate life. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Now, I see you're wearing is that a Budweiser hat? Like, wasn't it, it was a year ago, right, that you famously posted that video of, I think you were shooting some Bud Light cans after the Dylan Mulvaney controversy. So you've lightened up on Bud Light?
This is a cool hat. I don't know. Man, that was just, man, we got, I didn't know what hat I was wearing. We got bigger targets.
You seriously can't make this stuff up. That short 30-second exchange says so much about right-wing politics and how the media works hand in hand with political movements to craft certain narratives, which was also touched on earlier in the interview.
And again, the left feels like they're somehow threatened when other people are having fun and it doesn't involve one of their, pet projects or one of their, whether it's porn, pot, whatever they're into. If you're not agreeing with them politically, you don't deserve to have fun, whether it's at NASCAR or driving a big, pickup truck, or they feel threatened by that. And so this is just one way to feel annoyed or threatened that someone like Trump, with everything they've thrown at him, is still able to have a little fun. Why can't people have fun? I thought they were all about fun.
Dinesh D'Souza's ex-girlfriend is smart enough to know how to frame this segment to appeal to both Kid Rock and the broader Fox audience by positioning conservatives as people who just want to have some fun. Ingram deliberately ignores what conservatives actually find enjoyable, kicking people when they're down, perpetuating played-out stereotypes about marginalized groups, and being contrarians to anything that can be characterized as liberal or progressive society. That's what Ingram means when she's talking about having fun at NASCAR and driving your big pickup truck.
Just being pretty, we're looking at maps. And I'm like, am I supposed to be like in on? I make dirty records sometimes. I'm like, I do it here.
You didn't think you'd have a hand
What
in
do you think we should do about North Korea? I'm like, what? I don't think I'm qualified to answer this.
Kid Rock is also a confidant of Tucker Carlson as well.
I've never seen anybody who wants to win for this country like that guy. And I don't think we'll ever see anything like it in our lifetime. To me, he's the greatest president we've had.
And he's unaffected, in your experience, by everything that's happening.
Oh, is he pissed off? Sure.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem broken at all.
I don't want to speak out of school, but, yeah, who's not going to hem and haw a little bit about the people that are doing this to him? These people in New York. It's a freaking joke.
He was in attendance at UFC 295, making a grand entrance with Trump and the white supremacy Avengers, including the UFC's own Dana White, Tucker Carlson, of course, and Don Jr., who was relegated to the back of the group.
Pencil neck. Fuck Adam Schiff.
It's crazy how people still listen to those folks.
What's crazy about that,
wrong about
that election? I'm not a conspiracy guy or whatever, but I'm like, just seems like shenanigans.
I love when anybody says, I'm not a conspiracy guy.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy.
About to say some wild shit.
I'm a total conspiracy guy.
Kid Rock is back in the news again, and it's not for spreading this absolute garbage on the most popular podcast in the world, but for allegedly waving and pointing a gun at Rolling Stone journalist David Peisner after he got a couple of mixed drinks in him, and even reportedly said what you see on your screen about immigrants and migrants, while also using the N-word multiple times during the interview. And given what we've seen out of Kid Rock's history and who he surrounds himself with, it's hardly unexpected or unreasonable to think the interview happened the way it's being reported, especially given how Robert Ritchie, Rock's real name, reportedly goaded Peisner to write the most horrific article possible because it would eventually help his image, which says all you need to know about who he's trying to appeal to. Ritchie also reportedly called Peisner a college snowflake, and the two apparently got in each other's faces, arguing about Peisner wanting to leave after the interview and Kid Rock trying to convince him to spend the night in his mansion before eventually giving up and letting him leave. The full interview is behind Rolling Stone's paywall, but we will leave a link to it in the description box below. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.